Okay, so now that I have my data coded according to day of the week and time of the day, let's do some counts. And we're going to let the Excel do our counting for us to see if we can figure out what days are the most popular, then what times of days are the most popular, and then we'll do day of the week times time. So first of all, let's just do real quick our days of the week. So to do that, we go to formulas up here on the top ribbon, go to more functions, go to statistical, scroll over, and we're looking for the item that says CountIf. And we're going to click CountIf, and then this range and criteria pop up. We're going to leave this pop-up window here. We're going to go back to our initial report, and we're going to click this column. And then up here, the same thing up here is also down here. So this is looking at everything in column B, and we want it to begin with row B. So we're going to type 2 here, and then 1560 is our other, our endpoint. And this time we're asking for everything that is a 1. So we just type in 1 for our criteria. And you see we have 361 reference transactions that were coded on Mondays. We're going to do the same thing for Tuesdays. So we go to more functions, statistical, scroll down to CountIf. Here it is. This time we're going to go back to our report, select column B again, and we're going to again type in 2 to 1560. This time we're looking for everything coded as a 2. And select OK. And I'm going to go ahead and do this for the other days of the week. Okay, so now I have all of my transactions coded. I'm going to go ahead and create a total of these items. So to do that, I type in equals sum, do a left paren, highlight all the rows I want to add, and do the right paren and hit enter. And it says I have 1,559 items coded, so that's good. And now let's just figure out the percentages so we can see which days of the week are most popular. First of all, we're going to change our format in this column to be percentages. So we click, right click, go to format cells, and go to number, and say percentage. And we'll go ahead and leave this at 2 decimal places and say OK. So now we can just go to equals, click the Monday item, hit your backslash for divide by the total. And we're going to do that for each of these items. And then I like to do a total at the bottom to just make sure everything that adds up to 100 as it should. And so now just on quick glance, we can see that Mondays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays are the busier days of the week. Tuesdays fall close behind, and then Fridays and then Saturdays are much quieter. So now I'm going to move over here to time of day, and I am going to do the same sort of counting. So you remember, we click in the cell where we want our data to go. We're going to go to more functions, to statistical, scroll down to CountIf. We're going to select our range. This time we're looking at the time of day column. And remember, we're looking at data in rows 2 through 1560. This time we're looking at everything that comes up as a 1. This time I'm going to show you a different shortcut that I use. I just copy and paste this figure into all of my other cells. I'm just doing Control-C, Control-V. And then I'm going to go up here to this area and just change my information. So remember, we're looking at everything from row D to 1560. And then we're looking for the 2s. Again, we're going from row D2 to 1560. This time we're looking at for the 3s. So now I'm going to total everything up. So I go to equals, type in the word sum, do a left parenthesis, highlight all of these items, and do a right close parenthesis and enter. And you see here that this 1552 doesn't quite match up to the 1559, and that's because, if you recall, our data had some entries where there were no time of day calculated. So once again, I wanted to calculate the percentage, so I click on I, this column I. I guess that's, yeah, column I, right click. We're just changing this cell type to be a percent. So I click percent and OK. And I'm going to type in equals, click on your time of day, backslash, click on the total, and I'm going to do this for each of the items. And then again, I'm going to total this up to make sure it adds up to 100 as it should. And it does. So remember all of the Mondays from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m.? Let's count those up. So I'm going to click on my count cell, go to more functions, statistical. We're looking for CountIf again. I'm going to click on my full data set, click on this green column, and this time we want it to read Monday, 7 a.m. And you want to be sure to have the syntax exactly right or it won't work. And you see I do not have my syntax right. So I'm going to go back to report and see how I'm going to just copy and paste this syntax and go back to my counting sheet, and up here in this ribbon where I enter in data, I'm going to delete what I just first typed and replace it. So now we see we have 24 instances where we had reference transactions on Mondays from 7 to 9. Let's go. I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste this formula. I'm going to go C, Control V. And remember, we have to fix our syntax. So let's go back and take a look. Okay, so we have Tuesday from 7 to 9 a.m. So I'm just clicking in the cell. Control. Remember, we're just copying the syntax so we have it right. And we're going to replace the Monday syntax with the Tuesday syntax. I think. And hit enter. So now we have 38 counts of Tuesdays from 7 to 9 a.m. Let's do it for Wednesdays, and then hopefully you get the picture and you can continue on with that if you like. So let's do Wednesdays. I'm going to Control C and Control V. So we have our basic CountIf formula here, and we want to be sure we have the syntax appropriately written for Wednesday. So let's go back and see how I wrote Wednesdays. I just call that WED:. So we're just going to fix that to WED. And then we can do the same for Thursdays. The key is to know what you did the first time around. All right. Well, hopefully you get the picture. And so now you can continue all of this through your Monday through Saturday for your different time slots. There's going to be a whole bunch by the time you're done. And if you add them up, you should come up to 1,552 when you are finished. I think I'm going to stop there and let you give that a try and let me know if you have any questions. I hope that helps. Thanks, Siobhan.